Welcome back to Emilee's Paper Caper and welcome to Stampin' Sunday. I thought I would stamp some backgrounds today that I can use on projects, maybe on cards, even scrapbook pages, junk journals. So what I did was I took a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, just white cardstock, and I cut it into roughly 3" by 4" cards. And I've got out a lot of just background stamps here and some Distress Oxide and one Distress ink. And I thought I would create some backgrounds. So first up, let's use our Distress ink Vintage Photo and this coffee stain. It's a coffee ring stamp. It came from Club Scrap. It says 2002. And I want to do some coffee themed cards and maybe scrapbook pages about going to Starbucks, and these will be just wonderful backgrounds for that. I'll do 2 of these, and when you stamp twice, the first image is darker and then it's a little lighter. If you keep going, it'll be lighter still, and I think that kind of makes for an interesting background effect to kind of stamp off the stamp multiple times. You can kind of see the difference. This is the first one where I mostly just stamped fresh ink each time, and then here I'm stamping multiple times. This is a little background stamp from Stampin' Up. I don't know the date, but it makes a nice little background, and you can stamp it multiple times. I'm using aged mahogany Distress Oxide. And the nice thing about this type of stamp is you can stamp multiple times and it just adds to it. And because it's just a forgiving pattern, it really doesn't matter if the pattern overlaps or not. But I think this will be a really good card background. Let's do one more with this stamp. So there's an example of where I'm just doing one pattern at a time. And here's one where I've stamped on top of the pattern. So you can see it's just a little bit different when you let it overlap. Another thing when I'm making backgrounds that I do is make sure that I'm stamping on something, in this case an old phone book, so that I can go over the edge, and making those patterns run off the edge of the card helps. I think it really looks good when you stamp off the edge of the card, so that the pattern feels more organic to the project. This stamp is just some dots. There's no information on the stamp. I'm going to try some aged patina. I may actually try one with two colors, but we'll see. See how I'm letting that stamp go off the edge? And we just let them cross over a little bit. That's a lot of fun. Let's stamp off some of the ink, and let's add to that salvage patina. Let's now go with one of my favorites, broken china, and add some broken china to that. And just the 2 colors, I think, makes a really nice effect there. Let's do one more. This time we'll start with broken china. We'll stamp off that extra ink, and let's go with mowed lawn. Mowed lawn is a really pretty green. Very pretty. Let's try another Stampin' Up background. This is some little dragonflies. What color shall we use? Let's do broken china some more. Let's go back to salvaged patina to add just a few more. It's very pretty. Now for something very different, let's go with aged mahogany. And then let's go back to the dots and add them to this background, just for something really different. It's kind of an experiment. This will be a nice accent on a page or a greeting card or even a scrapbook page. We've got a few more here, and I pulled out some more stamps. This is a polka dot pattern. Let's add some mowed lawn to that. You might notice that I'm not cleaning my stamps with a stamp cleaner. I'm just stamping extra ink off on the on the phone book. That's a lot of fun. I like that pattern. It's really cool. Let's do some more with the mowed lawn. Just turning the stamp gives kind of an interesting effect. Lots of fun. Here's an interesting background stamp. It says it is a Stampa Rosa 1997, and it looks like just splattered paint. Let's go back to vintage photo. It's kind of interesting. It does look like just little drops of paint or maybe aging on the paper. Then I could add a coffee ring to it. That's really cool, right? I like that. And this is our last one. So there's only one other stamp here that I set out but haven't used. It's this one. It's a 2008 Club Scrap. Apparently came from a collection called Bridges. Let's continue to use some vintage photo. And we'll kind of twist the stamp and stamp it off multiple times. And I want to use the aged mahogany again. So you'll probably be seeing these on my future projects, my future videos. Let's take a look at all of them. These can be oriented any way I like on my projects. I could even cut them in half, stretch them further. And I'll just keep these here by my station where I create, and then they'll be available for using on projects. This is a great way just to get some stamping in, just have fun with it, and create some backgrounds. Be sure to check our hosts for Stampin' Sunday. It's Thelma Hall and Craftin' by the Pond. And you can search the hashtag Stamping Sunday to see what everyone else has been up to with their stamps this week. Keep on scrapping and paper crafting.